Hey guys, here are the Quadex trading and binary options, and me, just Diana, baby trader. And I quite like this platform for stability, for some predictions. It is a little bit different in some mechanism, a little bit different with the interface, but you know that I've been using that for a long time, had actually no problem with that, and quite love it. So today we're gonna use simple strategy, and we will try to find some interesting situations for this strategy. So let's go. And setting up all settings and parameters, 1 minute interval. Here is gonna be the minimum sum, the all sum that I'm just having, and we gotta use candles as always, and 10 seconds candles. And here's like first indicator we're gonna use. It's gonna be the CCI, and please just mind the intervals, the seconds of the candles, the type of the candles and stuff like that. All of that is quite important because all the setups, you know, these tiny setups with periods and with different periods and stuff actually quite depend on time frames. So here we are, just ended, and we gonna add some currency pairs just like that with the biggest payout, more and more. And I hope that out of these two indicators that I'm gonna use, you already kind of familiar with that, and you already just do understand that it's gonna be profitable, simple, working strategy, quite safe, and we're gonna look for some simple and safe situations always also. So this is what we're gonna have. It is a little bit unusual just because I just changed the period of the candles, and it's gonna be 10 seconds because usually I use 15 less, but 30 seconds or just a minute, but it's gonna be 10 seconds today. So let's start. So here's the first bet that we're gonna make, and just look at that. Yep, it is a little bit unusual. No, not unusual. It is everything just so clear. I just wanted to tell you because I just missed all MACD signs. That's all correct. Look at the green line of the MACD. It is just above the orange line, and the MACD candle showing us we're getting upward. At what I want to tell you about unusual, this is about the CCI. Just because I just been checking lots of things and sometimes missing something. Look at the CCI. It is showing us we're getting a little bit more downward, but actually it is just showing us the smooth rising, and maybe it's not going to be the drastic rising. And how we can actually say it's not going to be that drastic one, just because these two lines of MACD are quite close to each other. So we may expect actually in any, like soon time framing that it may be some crossing and opposite just changing. But anyway, it was quite safe, and you may see now it started to be more and more far away all the lines of the MACD, and you may see that CCI at that period were also a little bit more clear. So two indicators with the more clear signs give us the more stable and safe strategy. So again and again, we are detecting the situation when it is just the changing of the trend because the MACD lines just crossed each other, and you need to think about that quite careful, because look at that. Look at the candles of the MACD, and look at that where actually this red orange candles just appeared. And this is not, if you are just compare when it was on the MACD, this is not like in second. No, so it started to be orange candles, then there was the crossing, but we are still detecting together with the candles with this green line that is just below the orange line that it's gonna be some drastic fall. But because we are entering the trade on the orange candles, and we see some crossing, and some traders, I know they do mistakes. They think, okay, there was some orange candles and there was the crossing, so we gotta change the tendency. But this changing tendency already started, and the indicator give us just the feeling, give us just the image that this is gonna be this trend. So this trend just started, this is all I want to tell you. This trend just started a little bit earlier and then it just appeared on the indicator chart. So that's the important thing right here. So I think I am today a little bit, I don't know, confused or stuff like that. Just have lots of things on my mind. So if I'm getting a little bit messed up, don't get mad. So this is what we are having. Look at the MACD. It is just so flat lines, but thanks God we have these candles of the MACD that can actually help us to see what's going on. And these candles give us an image. So we started to get above the zero line and we started to get with the green candles. So we are expecting it's going to be some upward movement, plus CCI still showing us we are a little bit, we are a little bit like that, but there's the tendency that we're gonna rise. So I made my bet for an upward trend, and I think it's gonna be safe and correct because it started to get a little bit more upper, because when the lines, especially two lines, so flat, it's actually the high volatility situation. You may see that some candles just changing, you know, the orange candle, then the green one, the orange and the green one, and we are, even with the chart, we are getting, you know, quite flat, and that's the risky and tricky situation, and sometimes only luck, but here we were actually correct, can help us. So be attentive to the candles, it actually helping us just a lot. So here again and again, such a clear signs of us just getting upward, but look at that. Look at the CCI. CCI showing that we already just hit the resistance line. And I do expect that it's going to be some fast changing, because it seems like together with the candles, but this green line are so above this green line and getting so far from the orange line. But I do expect this is the end. I do expect it's gonna be some changing, just because I've been detecting for a long time this upward trend and it couldn't be endless. So I do expect that it's gonna be some changing. Here's the CCI showing us we're getting smoother but downward, and here's the candles of the MACD showing us the first signs of the tendency. If you are unsure, you may wait a little bit. You may just expect when this candle is going to be starting, when there are going to be more signs, more clear signs of us getting downward. And look at that. Look how fast actually these MACD lines can start to cross each other, at least try to cross each other. And look at the CCI. With this period, CCI are not perfectly responding to all charts movements. It is just like the smooth, image of that chart. So in that case, you need that actually only for some, big tendencies, big movements, just because MACD mostly here, of course, it looks like more smoother, but this, correlation of these lines give us more images about the candles. So anyway, that was the correct assumption. And as I told you before, you may wait a little bit. If you are so unsure, just wait a little bit for the more clear signs. And if there are no such a clear signs, you can just keep this situation and go to the next currency pairs just to be more safe in your trading. So let's take this trade as the last one. And here we are again and again detecting some beginning of the trend. So we've seen some crossing, and we do not expect it's going to be any crossing quite soon, because it happens, but not so often. And you may see the candles of the MACD started to show us we're getting a little bit quite smooth. So it's still flat lines. They are not so super flat, but anyway, it's not some drastic falls or anything like that. Or you may see that maybe I was wrong about the crossing and stuff, but I do expect it's going to be the break-in. I do expect we're going to get for some upward movement, and I do believe it's just going to be like that. And what actually makes me think so, look at the chart. We actually at the lowest point now. We seen and detecting some drastic fall before. So I do not believe that it's going to be after that fall. We are like at the plateau. I do not believe we're going to get any more downward. So I do expect it's going to be some, it's not about even breaking back and breaking upward. It's just going to be staying on the same level. In our case, right here, right now, that was just an upward trend. And you may see it was the profit just as a yen, just as a gift. Let's go. So guys, we just ended, we just finished, and I actually liked how it went. I think I gave lots of info. I don't know if it was, just the info for the whole strategy or for some situation. At least I hope it's going to be more and more helpful and more informative for you than it was before just you seen this video. And you know that I'm welcoming all the feedback, that I'm trying you to be attentive with all these fake accounts that may text you. Please double check that, because there is no chance that I'm gonna ask you for anything. So just stay tuned. We're gonna get for some more videos, and I'm trying to improve my videos, and that's why collecting lots of stuff just to make it more interesting, more informative. So I am just welcoming all of that. So as I told you, gotta stay tuned and get some more.